You know, there's just something about the Apple bag. So sleek, so basic, so elegant. But what's inside is what really matters, no matter how good the bag is. And what's inside is the next best thing, at least for right now. We got the iPhone 15 Pro Max. So right here in front of me, I have one iPhone, two iPhone 15 Pro Maxes, 1 terabyte of storage each, natural titanium in color. It also does come in blue, black, and white, but natural titanium is what I had to go with. They didn't have gold, so this is the closest thing to it. Now, on top of all that, not only do we have the dynamic island up top, which is going to be new to me, coming from an iPhone 12 Pro Max, but we also do have slightly slimmer bezels. We have USB-C charging. Finally! USB-C? It's here! I can't believe... It's real. It's right here. We got these very small compact boxes. You know, Apple boxes. They're not black this time around, they're just white, probably to save on ink, but, you know, environmentally friendly, of course, with these little pull tabs on the back as well, no plastic whatsoever. I know, what kind of idiot gets the same iPhone, the same color, the same storage, the same box, the same bag, the same old same? I don't have an answer. So, let's just open up one of these things, shall we? Now inside the box, it's as basic as it gets. We have our usual books here with our white Apple sticker. They should have made colors, but they didn't. But although this is very simple, what do we have here for the first time ever in life? A USB-C to USB-C braided charging cable. Something so simple. It's just such a beauty to see. Now moving on to the phone, I did have to get a mat here because of course the first couple days you have this thing, you start babying it, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So we have the new iPhone 15 Pro Max right here, natural titanium color. But I'm coming from the iPhone 12 Pro Max in gold. And before that, I came from the iPhone 10, my first iPhone. We can see how things have definitely started to change. Flip over the iPhone 10, I remember when this came out, I just had to get silver. They didn't have a gold option. They didn't have a max option. This was as good as it got, and it was amazing for its time. Then on, 3 years later, to the iPhone 12 Pro Max, we got gold, we got max, we got 3 cameras. Amazing. But now, looking at these, they just look so dated because right here, iPhone 15 Pro Max in titanium. Now taking a look at this, we have the silver, the gold, natural titanium. You can see that the natural titanium does look a bit to be just kind of gray. Now depending on the light situation, it does sort of sometimes look like a bit of goldish copper kind of color, but it's still definitely not gold. Honestly, looking at the pictures on the website, it looked a lot warmer. Right here, it definitely does have a cooler tone. As you can see, having them all side by side, natural titanium, gold, and silver, it definitely looks a lot more like the silver. Now the thing is, this does weigh less because of the titanium, and it's also stronger. Now, holding these in my hand, I can definitely feel the difference. Let's get this thing powered on. I mean, that screen looks nice. Oh wow, looking good. 120 Hertz ProMotion. We have the new action button on the side with the volume rocker, antenna lines, no SIM tray, eSIM only. USB-C port, amazing, finally, it's amazing to see. Microphone, speaker grills. Over here on this side, we do have the 5G ultra wideband antennas. as well as the power button that functions as other stuff as well. Over here on the back, we do have our 3 camera setup, including an all new 48 megapixel shooter, and we can actually get 48 megapixel images as well. Lots of AI stuff going on here as far as portrait mode and all that goes. Very nice to see. Over here on the front, as you can see, booted up, amazing display with this little pill cutout, and oh, I just love how it, I mean, that just looks so nice when it just looks like it actually grows and moves around. Now, I thought I might miss having that switch, but I mean, this is pretty nice. Very nice haptic feedback once you press it. Wow. I mean, come on. Just looking. I didn't know. I don't know. To be honest, I don't think I would like the pill-shaped cutout if it didn't have a function, because I feel like it's just there. But because it moves and everything, I just like it because of that. I'm just saying. Before, I was like, yeah, have it at the top, keep it out of the way. Here, you know, we have a little space at the top with some screen up there, which is honestly pointless. Pointless? Like, why is it there? But because it moves around and stuff, I like it. Now, also, we do have rounded edges here. We still have that flat design, but it's curved around the edges, the screen curves a bit, and everything just curves together, and it feels, honestly, night and day difference in the hand. This, sharp. This, nice. Now, one thing about Apple I'll always love, how quick and easy it is to switch over to a new device. Look at this. You just bring it over here, unlock it, and now boom, like, come on. It's gonna set it up for me. Just like that. I didn't do anything. Look at that. I'm just gonna put this on there, scan that little dust cloud. I mean, come on now. This is some futuristic stuff. Now, this is my first time using an eSIM with this number. I wanna see, is this actually as easy? Just do this? I don't have to do anything else? Transferring from physical to eSIM? There's no way it's gonna actually work, right? Wow. It did take about 3 minutes or so, but it transferred my physical SIM from this iPhone over to an eSIM on the new iPhone 15 Pro Max. Now, that might not just be an Apple thing, it might be that easy on Android too, I don't know. But that was very impressive. I thought I'd have to hit up Verizon or something to transfer it over. It somehow did it all. You see, like, it's just so easy. I'm ready to go. Now I just gotta install my backup from this phone, and just like that. Come on, everything's gonna be on this new phone without me doing anything. Just press OK, go, and wow. I mean, come on now. Seriously, back when I had Android, I mean, things might have changed a bit, but back then I had to root the phone. I had to use titanium backup to back it up. Like, it was a hassle. Come on, Apple nailed it with transferring, with backups, all of that. If Android does it now, hopefully they do, because it's an amazing feature. I'm glad they brought it over from Apple, but Apple, they're the kings. They started it. It was amazing. Every time I got a new Android phone, I had to start it up from scratch, unless it was rooted, which, you know, not every phone can be rooted, and sometimes you could unlock the bootloader, sometimes you couldn't, depending on the manufacturer. But Apple, way ahead of the game. And still to this day, it works seamlessly. All right, so I got everything set up, and as you can see right now, you can see my wallpaper, my entire lock screen, but it is all the way dimmed down, 1 hertz refresh rate. And I can see everything in full color because it's the always on display. I forgot about that. I love it, looks great. Of course, you can choose to only have the necessary things if you don't want to have the wallpaper to save some more battery power, but personally, I like the way it looks. Now, if I start seeing a huge drain of battery, I might, you know, second guess myself. But it looks nice, I love it. Simply tap it, it wakes up. Press the sleep button, goes to sleep. Amazing. Face ID, instantaneous. Everything's so snappy, so smooth. That 120 hertz is definitely showing. Plus that A17 Pro processor doesn't hurt either. All right, so of course, let's do a couple of test shots here with the all new camera. We got the wide angle. We got the 1x without portrait and with portrait in post-production. We got the 1.2x, same deal. 1.5x, same thing. 2x. And then all the way into the 5x. Now, this is actually one thing that I'm not a fan of with Apple. Instead of always using the 5x telephoto lens, right now my finger's covering up the main lens and I can't see the 5x because it's digitally zooming that one instead of using the actual optical lens, which is weird because usually when I cover it up, it should switch over because I can't see anything, but that's not the case here. So we're not getting the best quality here depending on the lighting conditions. But if my finger's covering it, it should know to switch over. So I'm not sure if this is a bug or what's going on, but it's very, very annoying because I can't get a picture with the 5X right now in these conditions. However, if I face it this way, it switches over to it. When I switch back, it switches back to the 1X lens. Come on, Apple, you're better than this. But other than that, very solid phone here. Feels great in the hands. A very well-needed improvement over those sharp edges from the last generations. One of the funny things is I keep forgetting that the little dynamic island up there is actually here until something pops up there, and I keep expecting Face ID to pop up in the middle, but it pops up there instantaneously. I miss it half the time, but I just completely forget that it's up there. Very, very cool.
Styles talking earlier tonight about the respect he has for John Cena.
Speakers sound great. Overall, very worthy upgrade right here. Now, obviously, if you have a 14 Pro already, then do you want USB-C? That's kind of what it comes down to. Now, for a lot of people, that's a big enough deal because I see a lot of people coming from Android over to iPhone all of a sudden because there's USB-C. Kind of weird that that's what's been holding them back, and it's kind of weird that Apple took so long to implement it if that was the only thing holding them back. Now, whether or not you care about USB-C, that aside, because to be honest, I use MagSafe and wirelessly charge this thing anyways, it's a great phone through and through. Camera looks great, screen looks great. Love the always-on display where I can see the wallpaper, that's awesome. 120 Hertz refresh rate, super smooth and buttery. All the apps are working great. Setup process was super simple coming from the other iPhone. Feels great in the hands. I mean, I got no complaints about this thing other than, you know, the thing about using the 5X camera and I'm covering it up and it won't let me switch to it. That's just annoying. I don't want to take a zoomed in digitally 5x picture when I have a 5x optical lens here. Come on, what are you doing? What's the point of having it? Other than that though, great phone. I'm loving it. Can't wait to get a lot of use out of this thing. I mean, come on, this just feels so good in the hands. By the way, rocking it naked. You already know.